The final race of what's been a thrilling DTM 2022 season, a three-way fight for the championship, and one of the contenders on pole position as René Rast led the race away. But Marco Wittmann from fourth on the grid had a phenomenal start all the way around the outside of the three-time champion to take the early lead of the race. Shelton van der Linde was trying to come from fifth on the grid, and Lucas Auer with heavy success ballast from 11th on the grid as the other title contender. René Rast having to fend off Clement Schmidt, who had his best qualifying of the year. He was running in third place in the Grasser Racing Team run Lamborghini. Mirko Bortolotti having dropped out of the championship fight after qualifying. So a rather depleted field of cars headed through the Parabolica for the first time of asking. But at the end of the first lap, there was more action to come. Marius Sögaard had his best qualifying so far in his first season of DTM, but he was forced out wide here at the end of lap one by Dev Gore, who got up into the top five, and both of them then overtaken by Shelton van der Linde, a gift for the championship leader as he went from sixth to fourth in the blink of an eye. Top three had broken clear. Shelton van der Linde into the hairpin, holding on to that fourth place, but coming under pressure from Marius Sögaard. Lucas Auer had made a pretty good start from 11th on the grid, but was having a huge fight here with Nico Muller, and lost the place to the number 51 Team Rosberg Audi on the run up towards turn 7. Marius Sögaard continuing to put pressure on Shelton van der Linde, finally found a way up the inside, and the Attempto Racing Audi driver managed to get his nose in front as the 19-year-old got himself back up into fourth place. Shelton van der Linde, even if René Rast would win the race, even if he won the race and got fastest lap, a top 6 finish would be good enough for the South African to take the title. The race started to spread out, things settled into a rhythm for Shelton van der Linde. Lucas Auer, though, was having a big fight with Shelton's brother, Kelvin van der Linde, both of them having come out of their pit stops together. But with 25 kilograms of success ballast on board, the Mercedes was proving a difficult car to drive. Marco Wittmann was the last of the front runners to make his pit stop, and he came out just in front of René Rast. But with half a lap or so to get the tyres up to temperature, the two-time champion knew he'd be in for a fight as he looked in the mirrors and saw René Rast coming strong in the AB Sportsline Audi. So nose to tail it was by the time they got down towards the Spitzkehrer, and then a huge fight between two multiple champions side by side on the run up towards turn 7, and René Rast found a way up the inside, but Marco Wittmann was not going to make life easy as he looked for his first win of the season. They went into the left-hander at turn 8, still together, some contact, the BMW up the inside of the Audi sent out wide, still together, still René Rast wouldn't give up the position as he kept his foot heavy on the accelerator. Nosing in front now was the BMW, but René Rast knew this was his only chance to try and get the race victory, and through eventually he went on the way into the Mobile 1 curver to effectively pick up the net lead of the race. All of this allowing Clement Schmidt to get right back onto the tail of them in the Lamborghini. But then this moment, pushing too hard, pushing wide out through Parabolica on the grass, René Rast then on the back foot, heading down towards the hairpin, and he could do nothing to stop the BMW coming back through. Rast driving at over 100% just to try and get the Audi on the pace, and Clement Schmidt's chances of a podium were torn up when he suffered a right rear puncture. A real shame for the Austrian driver after an excellent performance in the final race of the season. That allowed Shelton van der Linde up into a podium paying position, which would be more than enough to seal the title, with Auer behind him and René Rast failing to lead the race. The thing spread out and settled down amongst the top three. Lucas Auer was running in 7th place and battling hard. Shelton van der Linde, though, would have one last bit of stress because Marius Sögaard started to catch him back up over the closing stages of the race. Marius looking for his first podium, having picked up his first championship point by qualifying in 3rd place in the earlier session. So van der Linde kept on, but every lap, 1 or 2 tenths of a second closer, got the Audi driver. For Marco Wittmann, though, it was a straightforward drive and victory for the 18th time in the DTM. René Rast would come home in 2nd place, but in 3rd place and winning the championship title, van der Linde.
Why? Tell me we have to get from this. Let's fucking go. Oh, yes, baby. Oh my God, we did it.
Absolute joy then for the champion of DTM 2022 and a former champion. The first to congratulate him, Marco Wittmann, and his brother Kelvin van der Linde ran the length of the pit lane to come and find his younger brother, pick him up over the shoulders and congratulate him. A former champion And boss at the management of DTM, Martin Tomczyk, presented the Champions Trophy to Sheldon van der Linde after an exceptional year and probably the most competitive year in the history of DTM. There then the final standings with Sheldon van der Linde, Lucas Auer and René Rast as the top three.